Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Have you ever felt like reading in PTE Core is more like solving a mystery than taking a test? You're staring at a passage, the clock is ticking, and you're thinking, what exactly am I supposed to see here? Today, I'm not giving you boring textbook tricks. Instead, I'm going to show you how to become a reading detective, someone who can spot clues, interpret hidden meanings, and make smart, fast choices with confidence. Ready to upgrade your reading game and crack PTE Core like a pro? Let's unlock the secrets. Most people treat reading like sightseeing. They just stroll through words, hoping something pops out. But Perico doesn't reward passive readers, it rewards decoders. Think like this: you are not reading, you are interrogating the passage. Here is how to do it. You have to ask questions before you read. What is this really about? Underline shifts words like however, although, on the other hand, are like traffic signs. They warn you that a twist is coming. And zoom in on verbs. The verb tells you the time, tone, and direction. If you ignore it, you are blindfolded. And here is a deductive tip I'm going to give you. Always identify the function of each sentence. Is it defining something? Or is it giving an example? Or is it showing contrast? That one habit will make every question easier. And then let's move on to our next act, the X ray technique, grammar beyond the surface. Let's be honest, grammar can be snooze. But here, grammar is gold. PTE loves to test whether you can spot what fits in a sentence like a missing puzzle piece. Let's upgrade the way you see sentence structure. Tense equals to timeline. Match the event to the time clues. Even if you see 4 years, think present perfect or perfect continuous. Subject verb agreement equals to harmony. Always isolate the real subject. Ignore the stuff in commas or dashes, like in the captain of the team along with his assistant was present. Okay? And here is the X-ray tip. Learn to strip a sentence to its skeleton. You have to cut out modifiers and extra phrases. What's left? Then the remaining will be your subject and the verb combo. Got it? And next move on to our Act 3. Context is king. Vocabulary clues in disguise. Choosing the right word isn't about knowing big vocabulary. It's about knowing how the sentence feels. And here is a trick. Read the sentence with a blank. Then imagine what kind of word would emotionally fit over there. Ask yourself, is the tone negative, positive, neutral, or ionic? Is this word describing a problem, a solution, or a consequence? Think in concatenation layers. For example, result is neutral, breakthrough is positive, consequence is slightly negative. Choose the one that echoes the sentence energy. Okay? And the act 4 is reading between the dots. This one we call it as inference mastery. So, you know about inference, right? It's about spotting what's implied but not explicitly stated or not written. So, imagine the passage as whispering a secret. Your job is to hear it. Here is the technique I call the shadow rule. If a sentence says, the project failed despite increased funding, what's the shadow behind this? That funding alone doesn't guarantee success, right? And there is another tool too, elimination by logic. If three options or too extreme are not mentioned, go for the one that subtly reflects the text message. Often use words like suggests, implies, or can be assumed. So these are never direct facts. They are educated guesses based on evidences. Remember that. And let's move on to our next act, the puzzle principle. You have to find the main idea. Main idea isn't always in the first line. Sometimes it's hidden in the second paragraph or subtly repeated through examples. Okay? I'll tell you how to spot it. Ask, if I had to text my friend a one liner summary of this passage, what would I say? Then match that summary to one of the options. Got it? And supporting details are like pieces of puzzles. If they all fit together, they must be supporting one central picture, which we call it as the main idea. Don't get lost in the puzzle pieces. You have to step back and see the picture. And then our next act is skim, scan, strike. It's a tactical reading moves. So PTE Core isn't generous with time. That's why you need to skim, scan, and strike. You have to skim for structure, look at paragraph beginnings and endings, okay, when you want to skim for the structure. And you have to scan for names, dates, repeated words, capital letters, or repeated phrases. And then strike the answers quickly. Don't reread unless it's absolutely unclear. And turn questions into missions. So you have to find what policy was criticized. Scan for strong words like failed, opposed, or criticized. That's your target zone. Got it? Now let's move on to our Act 7, putting it all together. It's the final stretch. So let's recap with the new mindset. Don't just read, decode it. Don't just look, investigate and interpret. And don't just answer. Okay? You have to interpret it. Every text has a rhythm, a logic, a voice. The PTE Core Reading section rewards those who listen closely, move smartly, and think deeply. So if you want to make fewer mistakes, here is your cheat sheet. So think time frames, not just sentences. You have to feel the tone, not just the words. And try to analyze relationship between ideas, not just isolated facts. These are your golden tips for your cheat sheet. In that way, you can try to minimize your mistakes. Got it? So that's it, detective. You have just leveled up your PTE Core reading game. If this approach gave you new insights, drop a comment below saying, I decode, not just read. And hey, don't forget to subscribe because we are about to crack the rest of PTE Core like pros. Till then, stay sharp, stay curious, and keep decoding. See you in the next one. Bye bye.